back to another episode of Witticism. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Luke, bringing you the news that matters the most around the globe.
After a 140 miles per hour car speed chase, Dino Gagliano got pulled over by the police. After getting pulled over, he said, "I really didn't think they would catch me in my 2002 Acura." Well, after all, we did have to give him some credit. His 2002 Acura did go 140 miles an hour.
Standing 27 feet tall, 14 feet long, and 13 feet wide. No, it's not what you're thinking. The world's largest humanoid robot is unable to leave its warehouse. The developers took 6 years to make this humanoid vehicle, and just imagine spending that much time on it for it to not be able to go anywhere. But the warehouse. Really though, couldn't it just smash through the wall, considering that's what happens in the movies?
A woman in China has used a metal spring as a form of birth control. In turn, has had her fourth child. Not really sure what she was thinking it would do, considering it doesn't do much to combat pregnancy. Maybe next time try a condom. I don't know, just a thought.
A neurosurgeon in Kenya has performed brain surgery on a patient in the wrong place. Imagine showing up to work, performing surgery, and then realizing you were in the wrong place. And the other doctors in the room didn't even say anything. They just let this random guy perform surgery on a patient? Imagine being the patient and waking up to someone telling you that the wrong surgeon did the surgery. Then again, they would probably just hide it from the patient anyways. No harm, no foul.
Hitler's wife's knickers are now being sold for 3,400 euros, which is about 3,800 US dollars. Apparently they're being sold because of historical significance, but I think someone just wants a used pair of panties.
A company will start paying people $1,000 a month if they only drink coffee, but it can't be from Starbucks. Looks like basic white won't be applying, and I guess that means I have to opt out too.
Michelangelo's statue of David is at risk of collapsing because of weak ankles. This art piece that was acclaimed for its depiction of the male physical perfection has been around since 1504 and has been skipping leg day ever since. No real man would ever do that.
An armed robber was scared off by a worker after trying to rob a Subway. Instead of using one of the knives, the worker decided throwing bread was her best defense. And it worked. The robber had celiac disease. He took the saying, "Let's get this bread," a little too seriously.
Celine Dion begs Drake to not get a tattoo of her face. She states that Drake will not age as gracefully as she did and doesn't want those old skin ruining her face in the future. Her heart will go on, but her face will not go on Drake.
A jail in Texas accidentally released inmates for the second time this month. 12 inmates that were sentenced to life in prison are now missing and being hunted for. How does this keep happening, you may ask? Apparently, "Go get the Postmate" sounds a lot like "free the inmates."
Japan's new environment minister got things pretty steamy last week, stating that the issue of climate control would be cool, fun, and definitely sexy. When asked to comment further, the new minister started seductively unbuttoning his shirt, crawled up onto the table and stated, "Why tell you when I can show you how damn sexy climate change can really be?"
Leading his 8th massive drug bust in his short month as the new Australian Chief of Police, Officer Orf, the first ever no-nonsense SEAL policeman, has done nothing but defy the odds. When asked to make a comment on how he's made so many massive strides in such a short time while also being a SEAL, Orf reportedly balanced the nearest bag of busted cocaine on his nose while standing atop his squad car, flapping his flippers, waiting for a treat.
Of all the American demographics, gay lions are without a doubt the most ignored by the world. Looking to change this, society has banded together in these troubled times and declared March the Gay Lion Pride Month, and is encouraging all of its fiercest lions to run around and flaunt their stuff for the world.
You've heard of hot dog eating contests, you've heard of pie eating contests, but have you heard of fart contests? Well, neither have I, considering there was no winner to the competition. Indian singer Yatin Sangoi came up with the idea of a fart competition after he farted in a movie and said, "If that was a competition, I would have won." Well, no competitors won the competition after none of them passed gas. So, turns out Yatin is not a winner, and for sure is a liar.
An I Love America Facebook page that has been pushing pro-Trump propaganda has been being run by, no, not Republicans, but by the Ukrainians. The page currently has 1.1 million fans and is so big that it is even being run by 10 people and even has 3 managers. The page is using cute dogs and Jesus to recruit new Trump supporters, and that's really all you need to get my vote. Just kidding. F Trump.
A Land O'Lakes man has been charged with murder after shanking his neighbor with a chainsaw over the shrubs. He claims that his neighbor's shrubs were on his lawn and he refused to trim them down. So the Land O'Lakes man did what he had to do and killed him. He couldn't just keep beating around the bush.
Naturally, when you think of a self-defense against an animal, you think about punching them in the nose or eyes to stop them from attacking you. Well, not for Gloria and Edmund Lancaster. Gloria and Edmund were throwing treats for their dog when one went behind the fence, and the dog ran after it. The camel that was behind the fence became startled at the dog and then became violent towards the Lancasters. The camel's defense was sitting on Gloria, and in Gloria's turn, her defense was biting it in the testicles. Now, according to Title IX, that's sexual harassment, but according to me, that's some damn good self-defense.
A Florida man was caught smuggling his legless fugitive girlfriend across the Canadian border via suitcase. Earl Raggets and Patricia Lanks were arrested Tuesday evening after they were caught up in their scheme. Border officers became increasingly suspicious when they heard a loud and smelly fart erupt from the suitcase in Earl Raggets' back seat. They then proceeded to remove Earl from the car and search the suitcase, which led them to Patricia Lanks, folded in half in Earl's suitcase.
This past weekend, evolutionists shocked us yet again. A chimpanzee at the Pittsburgh Zoo blew a human child up using only his mind. This has left scientists and researchers speechless as they rush to find answers to how this is possible. President Trump caught wind of this story and has become extremely adamant that we consider training an army of chimpanzees in case North Korea ever decides to strike. His genius logic was this idea: chimpanzees don't exist there. We have the upper hand here, people. Who cares about the nuclear warfare when we have chimpanzees? They don't stand a chance.
A referee who was officiating Maine Maritime Academy's homecoming game was shot in the head by a cannon, which is also the most interesting thing to happen in Maine since the Zumba sex scandal of 2012.
A 9-year-old boy who entered a 5K race accidentally wins the 10K race instead. The boy realized he was in the wrong race when he approached the 5K turn and was told by a woman to keep going. I wonder if a few years when he's getting it on with his partner, they're gonna say, keep going, and he'll be like, nah, I did that once already. Well, that's all the time we have for you tonight. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Luke. You stay classy, Indiana.